It's a very, very special and unique opportunity to hear it from Ian. Ian has been boots on the ground. He has been engaging with all of the would-be players in what I consider to be some marked progress with Oroco Resources and specifically the Santo Tomas project. So, Ian, a heartfelt welcome back to the channel. I'll kick it off here with the latest announcements. I think that share owners are probably wanting to understand from your perspective what those mean for the company. Ian?
Hi, Ryan. Thanks again for having me on. Certainly, we've recently announced, as people will be aware, a couple of things, and most recently, a real pivot now materially visualizable from the Mexican and Sinaloan governments, specifically that we have been added to Plan Sinaloa, which is a key component of Plan Mexico. And essentially, this is the focused development of 14 hubs of economic growth, with us attached to the hub at Topolobampo, which would be the port that would export our concentrate. And in that, there is also expansion of the LEAP, the La Entrada al Pacifico, with the addition of a road, a major bridge and a road through Chihuahua that runs adjacent to the project. So really, Oroco is one of 7 major developments, $13 billion in net investment over all the projects, up to 30,000 full-time equivalent jobs generated in the region, and we're the mining project on that development, in that development plan and on that infrastructure. So we're absolutely thrilled and excited. And as part of that, the politicians have come to us and asked us to review our PEA, which set out the metrics that you and I have discussed before in terms of the available mine, which we had put together not contemplating maximal exploitation of our resource. We had contemplated a mine development that did not make an incursion on the Huete River, the Huites Reservoir. But we've been asked to contemplate enlarging the resource and to potentially mine that material. And so we put that out in a news release as a concept. There is much work to do to really put a robust case around that. And that's important to stress the work that needs to be done. But we've gone from a project that was perhaps being cautious in the environmental and impact space appropriately, we thought, to now being asked to explore how much more of the significant unexploited part of the resource we could potentially take. So we're thrilled at that. And that starts to set us up for a phase 2, which will incorporate more engineering, more drilling, much of the things we've previously discussed, but now with this added opportunity. And with all of this encouragement, we're also now in a position to contemplate an uplist to the big board on the TSX. Absolutely. And one of the motivating factors for that is, if listed on the big board, we can also trade seamlessly into Mexico, which is another thing that we've been asked to explore, and not just by those political elements that we've been engaged with, but also some of the business people in Sinaloa and Sonora who are engaged in mining support, mining services, and they're asking how they trade into Oroco and what it might take for us to be listed in Mexico. So it's a seamless cross list if we're on the big board. So you can imagine we're mobilizing on a number of fronts. And just today, we have the advanced party doing due diligence and subject matter scoping to launch our environmental baseline. So that team is on the ground in Choix today, and they're up in the hills presently scoping and scaling the next stages of environmental baseline work. So we're moving on multiple fronts. It's super exciting. We're back to being busy, and we have a number of focus verticals. So yeah, we're thrilled. We're excited, and I've been traveling, as you said, down on the site last week. Very, very significant on-site meeting. Politician, Codison business people. It was a wonderful event, wonderful week. And to have that followed up this week with the announcement with respect to Plan Sinaloa, the content of which we weren't fully apprised of before it was made public. So I have to say, I mean, it's hard for us to express how thrilled we are at how this is all coming together. And we're just really pleased we can begin to express some of these things to the share owner base. They've been patiently waiting, I believe, for news of this nature, and we couldn't be more pleased.